dudes and dudettes? How are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to What's the Damage? The good old WTD question mark here on my channel, the segment where I can really give you guys my anger-induced rants and controversial, rageful opinions, you know, where I usually get very angry. And this is the longest running series on this channel, so there's been quite a few tidbits of anger over the years, you know. My very first video ever was What's the Damage, and I could never have imagined it would become such an anger-filled playlist, you know, with over 100 videos, and holy freaking crap, man, you know, it's crazy. And hey, at the very least, today's video is completely new and original. It's not a remake of another video because I know I've been doing a lot more remakes lately, you know, but this is the first time I'm going to be addressing this topic here on this channel, and I'm not only going to be addressing a topic, I'm going to be exposing my very, very shameful past within this topic here. Just keep watching and you're going to understand why. Now, the first thing we have to talk about is a troll. Not the animal, not the legend, the legendary myth from like Norwegian folklore, you know, because in Norway there is a belief that the troll is kind of like, I don't know, it's pretty much like Bigfoot in the United States, you know. It does go down in Norwegian mythology and other cultures in Europe as well, but it's a very ugly animal that normally brings misfortune and is very aggressive and might even kill you if it sees you, you know. There have been a few horror movies in recent years that have played around with this idea, and now on the internet, it's different. An internet troll is basically a person who is probably ugly in real life too, you know, just based on their very sickening personality. Basically somebody that tries to make everybody else's life a living hell, and they don't discriminate. They target pretty much anyone and everybody, you know, so it's really hard for you to understand the purpose of an internet troll. Usually their intention is just to mess around and, you know, just annoy the hell out of you, but sometimes they will have more malicious intent. There have been cases of internet trolls going too far and making their victims take their own lives, for example, you know, or you can really mess with somebody's self-esteem and the way that they think because of this, because it's really easy for you to hide behind a computer screen or a phone screen and post negative comments, you know, and make somebody actually physically harm themselves and affect their daily lives just because of your negativity. Now, YouTubers do suffer a lot from this, you know, myself included, but the thing is that I'm already used to it, you know, like I have seen a lot of internet trolls over the years, you know, talking smack on my videos, but I'm already accustomed, so I don't really care. Like if an internet troll wants to start a fight with me on YouTube, I usually go for it, but sometimes I just largely ignore them because they're not even worth my time. However, more prominent YouTubers who have been on the internet for longer and making videos with millions of views and hundreds of thousands of comments will tell you that sometimes it does get insufferable. When you're a content creator on the internet, you might receive a lot of positive comments, you know, you're gonna look at them and feel happy, but all it takes is one negative comment to ruin it a little bit for you sometimes, you know, and I understand that, but I also don't care, you know. I largely don't give a crap about internet trolls, but sometimes they do go too far. Their intention is basically just to ruin your day, and a lot of times they're probably very insecure about something that's going on in their own lives, or they're going through a hard time, so they just want somebody else to suffer the same way they do. That is primarily their intention, you know. This is what an internet troll does, and it is what I did. Yes, guys, my career on YouTube actually began even before I recorded a single video for this platform. My YouTube career began as a troll many years ago in the late 2000s when it was starting to become a thing back in the United States. I was a self-proclaimed and very proud troll. I probably coined the term, and I was probably, you know, the first guy who ever trolled somebody online and just didn't know it, man. I am probably the origin of these insufferable internet trolls today. Although, at least what I did was harmless. Look, in my defense, if it can even be called a defense, you know, I was harassed a lot in school at the time. You know, I was picked on relentlessly. Not like physically stuffed in lockers or had my face shoved in toilets or thrown into trash cans, you know. Like I wasn't like physically, you know, bullied, but I was name called a lot. You know, people really did mess with me. So maybe this is why I felt the need to lash out somewhere, you know. And when I saw YouTube, you know, emerging, and you know, you had the opportunity to create an account and post comments and stuff, you know, I guess maybe I let this get to my head, the anonymity, because you can't deny that, so, at least my line of thought at the time was that there was a lot of adrenaline that I got from posting stuff, you know, and harassing people and them not knowing that it was me, because I used usernames that were not like my name at all. So, and I never uploaded anything, you know. I think I very rarely consume videos for the sake of liking them, you know, because I did enjoy watching some stuff, but a lot of my time on YouTube back in the day was spent posting hate comments online. But when I said that it was innocent, it's because I like to mess with people. You know, like for example, I would go on these I would go on these soccer videos, you know, because in America it's called soccer, in Europe it's called football. So whenever I saw the title saying football, I would go and say, yeah, it's called soccer, you piece of crap, you know, you're so stupid. And then somebody else from Europe would come and say, no, it's actually called football. I was like, yeah, well, you're stupid too. Your mom is stupid, your brother's stupid, your hamster's stupid. I would start a bunch of fights, you know, for literally no reason at all. I just thought it was funny to get a rise out of people, you know, and get them all pissed off. And then there'd be other Europeans coming in and saying, but it's football, this and that, and I would just be harassing everybody, you know, out the wazoo. It was funny, you know. I mean, I'm laughing now looking back on it because I was literally just trolling them, you know. Like I already knew that it was called soccer in America and football everywhere else. I was aware, but I like to mess with people, you know. Or sometimes somebody would misspell something in their comment and I would suddenly become a grammar Nazi, you know. Or they would have a very misleading title for a video and I was like, yeah, well, this sucks, you know. I was calling people out for clickbait before clickbait even started, man. I was an internet pioneer and nobody knows it, you know. I was one of the first people to do everything badly. I was probably the first internet troll. I was probably the first grammar Nazi, you know. I was there when YouTube started, man. Me and my friends started, we actually watched the very first YouTube videos ever, you know, when it started to come out in like 2005, you know, more or less 2006. So I was actually like, I was probably one of the first people to comment on the videos, you know, but my fame, unfortunately, I'm not proud of this, okay? I'm not proud of what I did, but I still think it was really hilarious the way that I messed with people, you know. Like I would always berate people for having different opinions. Like I would go on a song that I like a music video, and somebody would say, this song sucks. Like, yeah, well, you suck, you know, this song is awesome. What are you talking about? You're crazy, this and that. Now I would start random fights with random strangers just for the hell of it, you know. I never told anybody to, you know, kill themselves or, you know, that they, you know, weren't important. I never wanted to cause anybody's self-harm. I just was messing with them, you know. I was literally doing what the term today stands for, which is trolling. I was just trolling people, you know. I did the same thing online when I was playing games and stuff, but I would get trolled back when I was doing online gaming. So that's essentially what it is, you know. Like it's not like I was trying to hurt anybody, but I was a douche. I was a massive a-hole. I will admit that, you know. And this, looking back on it, it was kind of funny, some of the things that I said, you know, but this is a problem today because as a content creator on the same platform that I used to do this, you know, many years ago, I understand that internet trolls today are a big issue because they can actually impact the kind of content that you make, you know. They will drastically alter your self-esteem and your own visions of your self-image, and they might actually make you not even want to do YouTube anymore depending on how hateful the comments are. I'm no stranger to this because I live in Brazil. But I grew up in America, so usually whenever I make videos comparing the United States to Brazil, I talk down to Brazil and talk up the US, you know. I have done videos criticizing Brazil in the past, different kinds of media, like for example the entertainment, the humor, the culture, and many Brazilians, you know, came at me with knives, you know, pitchforks and torches, you know. They still do today, but I'm used to it, you know. I've kind of developed a hard shell for YouTube hate comments and internet trolls, you know, because I used to be a troll myself, man, so I know what the intention of a troll is, and I know that the best form of action is to just ignore them. I know it seems a lot easier said than done, but if you really stop to think about it, this really is the best way for you to get over trolls. Just ignore them, you know? Because the problem with the troll is that, like I said before, I was one myself, I know how they work. The more you acknowledge their existence, the more they're gonna make your life a living hell. If a troll posts a comment somewhere just to get a rise out of you and you let them, if you give them that little bait for them to, you know, for them to spark up, you know, you're just gonna make it worse, you know, because they're going to keep posting comments, you know. Sometimes it's the same thing over and over and over again just to piss you off, you know. But the point is that the more you interact with them, the more you're playing right into their hands, you know. So if you just ignore them, you know, it's just like today YouTube is it's not just YouTube. It can happen on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any kind of a social network. But I'm talking more about YouTube because it seems like this is where internet trolls really truly proliferate, you know. And usually people in the comment section can spot a troll, you know. They start to, you know, berate the person or, you know, downvote their comments, you know, give them a dislike, but that's just playing right into their hands, you know, because the content creator can see that comment there and even flag it, you know, and remove it completely. So, you know, the damage is already taken care of before it spreads. So my YouTube channel is actually, it's actually filtered, not filtered, it's there are configurations in the settings for the comment section where actually there are certain comments that are withheld for approval. So I have to go and like, if the algorithm detects that the comment might be somewhat inappropriate, then I can actually go and filter out and see if I even want it to be posted. So if I see that there's a very clear internet troll trying to post a comment, I'll just remove it before it even shows up on the video, which is a very useful tool. And even if a comment gets through, you can just report it. You know, maybe YouTube will take down the comment in their channel. So there are ways to avoid it. But way back in the day, in the early days of the internet, man, we're talking like the early to mid 2000s, you know, when the internet was starting to become a thing. It was really hard for you to get away from people like this, you know, spam emails as well and bots and stuff. You know, it's so many rabbit holes, you know, that this video can go in. But internet trolls are a problem. They always were, but if you really stop to think about it, it's very easy to circumnavigate them today. It used to be a lot worse. Believe me, dude, I am 30. I'm a 90s kid, and I was there in America when the internet really started to take form. So I saw the rise of the internet. I saw the rise of domestic computers. I saw the rise of internet personalities, you know, and also internet trolls. So I saw spam. I saw the whole 9 yards. Everything that was a problem in the internet back in the day, I saw it started to become a problem and growing, you know. So looking back on it today, it's much easier to, you know, kind of dribble through them. Let's say you can't avoid trolls, just got to be careful. Some of them are creative, I will admit. Some of them actually do, like some trolls are actually very sarcastic, and even though their intentions are malicious, they do come off as kind of funny, you know. But still, if you want to interact with them, that's all up to you. But I think that, you know, if it gets to the point where the person is like really relentlessly harassing you to the point where you're starting to feel like you don't want to create content anymore, or even, you know, tragically take your own life, you know, if a person, especially if it's a woman being the victim, you know, if somebody harasses you, you know, name calls you, you know, sexually harasses you, you know, calls you names and makes fun of your physical appearance, you know, you really should just completely cut them off, you know. Treat it like a zombie bite. Cut off the limb, you know, and it's not going to spread towards the rest of your body, you know. Cut off that person. If there's any damage being done, just leave it the way it is, you know. Don't let them get under your skin even more, because it's really hard for women especially, you know. So just chill, okay, and report the person if you see them, you know. I was, you know, I was giving off a little bit of a humorous tone earlier, talking about my days as a troll, but I never harassed women as far as I remember. I never like called a girl fat or something. I never actually directly got into an argument with girls that I can remember too much, you know. It was usually just random creators that just made videos that I thought sucked. But still, the point of a troll is to, well, troll you, to make fun of you, to provoke some kind of negative emotion, whether it's sadness or anger, you know, frustration, confusion. Don't let them do it. You know, don't give them the benefit of ruining your day. That's all I have to say, you know. Especially to all my fellow content creators out there, you know, especially if you're on YouTube, just be careful, filter out the comments, and don't let them bring you down, because I'm still here after 7 years and nearly 1,000 videos, and it's not affecting me at all, and it probably never will. Well, unless I get famous and I start to get thousands of those comments, you know. But maybe, just maybe, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But for now, that's all I have to say. So we have seen the rise of internet trolls, but we might also one day see the fall of internet trolls, and that's gonna be awesome. And I hope you guys stuck around to the end of this concept vlog, just a vlog where I come and talk to you guys. No videos or photos, just the background music, you know. It's good. It takes me back to my old early days of just being a vlogger here on YouTube, and I like talking to you guys, just relaxing and editing something nice and simple. But that's it, guys. If you happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel, because I release videos every single day. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell too, so you can know exactly what time I upload. And it's all good. It is all good. Please, no trolling in the comments below, okay? This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the non-trolling outro screen.